garage toys, even sporting a new shirt that my wife made me to represent myself a little better. But anyway, today I'm going to be installing a short ram intake, or SRI, on my daughter's 2009 Corolla S that she recently bought. So actually it used to be on mine, and I took it off when I turbocharged my Corolla. So it performed great. I still had it, had never gotten rid of it. So we're going to put it on her car so she can enjoy the enhanced sound from it and a little extra power. I even have my exhaust, and at some point I will put my Borla exhaust on her car too. So a little more air coming in, a little more air going out, never hurts anything. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and start the installation on this. This will also apply to most other Corollas, even earlier than that, but the 10th and 11th gen Corollas are very similar, same as the Corolla IM, which I have here too. So, you know, if you're looking at doing an intake on it and it's an SRI type, then this will apply to any of those cars. So it'll help more than people with just a 10th gen Corolla. So anyway, we'll go ahead and pull the car in and we'll get started. So today we're working on a 2009 Corolla S with the 2ZR FE motor, and we are going to be replacing the stock air filter housing and putting on a Takeda SRI, or short air intake. So I will start to point out basically what you have to do and how simple this is to do it. So we need to remove and loosen this connection right here. This screw, we're taking this whole hose assembly off right here. The MAF right here is just a matter of pushing down on this little tab here and it will slide off. There's a tab right here. You can squeeze it from underneath and it will lift off. So you can see how that piece, there's two little tabs. If you squeeze them, then it comes off. So this is just routed in on the back side there. And then you can set that aside. And then the air filter housing just unsnaps. There's two clips, one right here and one right over here, that these just snap, undo those. And then once you loosen this bit, pop this hose off from the clamp. I'd loosened that already. So then this whole piece right here will just lift out. So don't need that anymore. So then you take your air filter out. That would need to be replaced anyway. Nasty sucker. So now there's three 10mm bolts there. You will usually find all kinds of crud that's in there that's got sucked up into the intake that the air filter didn't allow through to the engine. So where this sits though right here is where the air filter will be. There is a heat shield for this one. Not all of them have them, but this one does have it. So I will take this off with the three bolts. I'll loosen that, take that off, and we'll continue from there. Okay. So I have taken out the three bolts, as you can see there. Now there is a bracket right here that goes around this hose. So if you stick a flathead screwdriver into it, it will release. It's actually, see, there's a little hole right there, and it will release from there. And here's the inside of that. So there's just a little space right there. I inserted a flathead into it and it popped it loose. So that frees that up. Now the only other thing is over here is where it goes into the snorkel of the contraption of the OEM airbox. But now that that's off, now we have a whole bunch of space. We can actually do a little cleaning and get it prepped for the new intake. And then you also have the option of taking all of this off. You can see all this tubing under here. None of this is needed anymore. so it can all be yanked out. So we will continue from here on. All right, so this is where the air filter housing was, and take out the battery gives you a lot more space to work on pulling this crap out. You could leave it in, but I've always pulled it out, just not needed. And this is another reason to pull the battery out. You can see how filthy it is in there, so it's just a good time to give it a good cleaning and get all the junk out of there. So to remove this, there's a tab right here I'll pop out. That just pops out with a small screwdriver or something. And there's a bolt right here that holds this one in right here. I think that's about the only thing. And then those two pieces, this will actually come off, and there's a little hose here. So I do see another bolt right down here. There, you can see it right there. So that is also pulling that out. That's a big tube that basically curves around. So, because here's the air intake right here. So this is open right here. So it's taking in air from behind the headlight area where it's a little cooler. So anyway, we'll go ahead and pop this off. This tray just lifts out right here. It's just sitting in there. So we'll clean all the dirt out of that. And then you can see below it, it's still nasty. So, all right, we'll do some spring cleaning here. So we have removed the battery completely. And then here is the snorkel or snake of an intake that is sitting under there. And this is essentially how it was sitting. This part right here bolted to this right here. This piece right here bolted into there. So taking that out allows you to pull it loose. And then this piece right here will just twist off and pull off. And the one bolt that I showed you that holds that down. And then really it's just a matter of kind of snaking it out and working it around the wire loom. So that gives you an idea though of what you need to take out. And then there is also this white container down here. And if you see this right here, this is a hole, and that attaches right there. And it's essentially a chamber that's used to quiet the intake, and just makes it less efficient, makes it quieter, but if you want to hear it a little bit, then you don't need it. So that really though is tough to get out. Once you take the front bumper off, then that's a piece of cake. So I would not take it out until you take the front bumper off and at some point for something, and go from there. So that's removal. We're just going to clean up now, and then we'll do the installation. Okay, so looking much better in here after a nice little tidying up. So here is the bracket that the factory airbox fits onto. Here's the 3 bolting locations where those were. So here is our heat shield. So this is going to go just like that. And actually, yeah. And so we will get this bolted down to protect that. And then I'll come back. So here is the heat shield that comes with the SRI. You see 2 of the 3 bolts. This one right here is not used. So just bolt that in, and now it's time to install the tube. So this will attach right here. There is a bolt right there that I'll loosen and take out, and that holds that leg to secure it right there. And then it's a matter of attaching the air filter and this tube right here, and it's done. This is as simple an install as you can get. And the benefits, it adds a couple horsepower, but it's really about the sound, and especially with the manual, because it helps your shift points. So, and I'm not gonna lie, it looks a lot better than the stock air intake. So we'll get to doing that and show you the results. Okay, so last time we left off, we just mounted this, the heat shield. So now we have the intake tube mounted. So here's that bolt I was showing you, holding that brace. This is all clamped down snug. So we have to attach the air filter, and then the hose reattaches to there. And this will be a done deal. Then we'll just reinstall the battery and we'll be ready to roll. All right. So here is the intake all buttoned up. So got the heat shield on, we got the little rubber piece, that's just a protection against anything rubbing against it. So air filter's on and bolted in. Bolted to the intake here. And the hose reattached. So the wire loom just snaps right in. So we transfer the MAF from the OEM airbox to the Takeda, and we are set. So just got to put the battery back in and it'll be done. All right, final completion, got the battery back in. Didn't figure I needed to go through that for people to take a battery in and out, but did clean this up and treat it for some rust and shot it with a new coat of black paint so it looks new. And now our engine bay is looking better every day. So that's this for this project. So hopefully this will help anybody that wants to do an intake like this Takeda or other similar ones that are out there. Very easy modification, and it is a good one if you want a little bit more engine noise and a little bit better breathing for the engine. Thanks, hope you enjoyed it. So thanks for watching. I hope that helps any of you that are going to go ahead and install a intake system on your car, Corolla or otherwise. They're very easy to install, they're not difficult at all, and the sound alone is worth it. Thank you for watching, appreciate it, and thanks for all the support. See you next time.